Dorothy Griffis. I'm a parent of a student who formerly attended Winthrop Elementary School and has been transferred to Harvard Elementary School, the Childhood Center. I'm here to express my concerns and frustration about the planning, preparation, and the opening of the center. My son is 3 years old. He's newly diagnosed with Angelman syndrome, and he's also on the spectrum. At Winthrop, my son received a safe and accessible playscape, a garden, a bathroom in his classroom, touchscreen laptops, and more. A plethora of questions come to mind as I think when the development of the center came to fruition and why parents weren't notified in a timely manner. So I researched the information on the day to find out that on July 3rd, so I'm not an avid day reader, there's an article written about the program. And it states that this program will allow early education students with special needs to be educated in this district rather than being placed elsewhere. So I questioned myself. My son is at the magnet school at Winthrop. He is in a location where primary education is being done. He's in a nurturing and learning environment. But then on August the 7th, I received notice that my son is going to be moved to Harvard School. And on August 12th, there was an information session saying about the program and the different attributes that will occur. The typical peer connections, the specials with music and art, which is all great news. And then when I read further on, it says that school, staff, and parents, as well as students, will have a fair and equitable opportunity to have a conversation regarding this program. Where was that opportunity? So my daughter attended Harvard School in Elvis 7 years ago. So I went to the school to see what was different about the school. I saw new carpets, new paint, new decorations on the wall, new tables, new chairs, all that great stuff, even a smart board. But I asked myself, what was really renovated there? What changed? When my husband attended the information session, there was great news about it. But he left there perplexed, confused about why this change has happened. On Thursday, an open house occurred, the week before school started. I went outside to see the playground, and I saw that there was new mulch, covered graffiti. And this is all there 7 years ago. And I recall that my daughter was there, and she had stitches above her eyes and sliding down the slide, and she hit her face. So I'm saying, is that something that I want my son to be at? The playscape is not accessible for children with special needs. My son has mobility issues. The playscape is not accessible for children with special needs or pre-K students. So I've gone to the magnet school, I've gone to early childhood education centers, I've gone to preschools in different areas. They have appropriate, accessible playscapes. Not at Harvard School. And what else perplexed me was that I looked outside and I saw a walkway where there was a fencing open, right near the streets. And we said, oh yes, we put in fencing. Oh yes, we fixed the playground. New mulch. That's really wonderful. So as I know my kid, who typically likes to wander, he can leave that fence very easily and get hit by a car. So then I say to myself, how much preparation was done? So I further researched. Now mind you, before the school opened, I received a call saying that please call between the hours of 10 and 2 so you can know when your son needs to be picked up. So my husband called. They said 7:34. So he waited. 8:34, the bus did not come. So he had to drive him to school. So not only did he lose hours from work, he had to go to the school because the transportation was not provided. Now, as I think about all the things that went on, the second day came around. The bus did come. Came at 7:15, almost an hour before school started. The third day, the bus came an hour later again. Now, the fourth day, which is today, I went to Harvard School, and I saw Mr. Floyd, and I spoke with Jay Wilson, who's the acting director, I'm not sure what the exact title is, for that 1 week. She was on the phone with the bus company, and they said to her, your son will get picked up at 7:35, and we will make sure this particular driver picks him up. I called the babysitter because I left my cell phone at home, and she says, he's not picked up yet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to call the bus company. I spoke with Robbie. She says to me, your son, I was told that my son wasn't even on the initial list to get picked up, maybe for a drop-off, but not for a pickup. And then when I call again, she says to me, they sent us the wrong address. The Board of Education sent us the wrong address. It says 5 rather than 10. And I said to her, well, let me tell you this. I live on a one-way street, so if a bus was to come, I would have seen it. Somebody would have seen it. There was no bus. And yet we're supposed to have the school for special needs or typical kids. Where's my son in this picture? Why was he left out? So I went on to review again, and I went on the website, as I said, on the July 30, you can go on the website and look at the air quality report. So I reviewed it. I looked at it. I don't know all the technical terminology and all that stuff, but I reviewed it. But I noticed that there was a recommendation for retesting once the contracted activities have been completed for the total fungal count. When is that going to happen? So my question is, why was the school app open or advertised before the report was even received? So if I received a notification that my son's going to change on August 7th, why August 21st the report was received, but yet the school was open on the 25th? So why was this done prematurely? What announcement or notification were parents told about this? The Board of Education hires the SCA to do the transportation. If it wasn't ready to go, why are we putting kids in a setting?